Hi everybody, Ann Cecil from Roxanne Lava Shoes back in my studio to talk to you about the second part of the Upcycle Sandal Challenge. So in part one, we talked about what each component, the three components, needs to have in order to work as part of your sandal. So what I would tell you to do is scour your house and your materials. Now, if you're like me, you might be a crafter, so you may have a whole bunch of craft materials available to you. For example, something like craft foam. You might have a whole bunch of boards and paints and all sorts of other things that come in that crafting category. If you are not one of those people, don't worry. You still have materials in your home. So the places that I will encourage you to look are any leftovers from any kind of contractor work that has been done in your home, any materials that have come in packaging to your home, any materials that you might have in your kitchen and your bathroom that you use in your home, and also any clothing you might want to give up in your home. Or perhaps you have some shoes that you no longer like or they're worn out. You could take those components apart and also use them in your new shoe. So let me just show you a variety of things that I found in my homes that are non-craft materials that I think will work. So one of the things that I have found, this was a piece of vinyl that actually has a texture on it. It was used in my cabinet under my sink, and it lines the bottom of my sink to protect that base from spills of all kinds of cleaning supplies, etc., that might be under there. Why this would make a great outsole, it's really super flexible. So it's not going to be the only thing that I can use. I'm going to need to beef something up here, or I'm going to need to choose a more rigid insole. But what's great about this is it's waterproof, it's durable, and it has a bit of texture on it, so it will work for non-slip. So this is something that could be a really great outsole or part of your outsole. Let's look at insoles. So I don't know if you guys have been ordering a lot of stuff, but I have been ordering a lot of stuff while we've been at stay at home, and I have a number of these. I also have ones from other places. So this is a company that I use to get some supplies for you guys. You might have them in various colors. The nice thing that I like about these is these are bubble wrap containers. So they will have that cushy feeling that you want, but the advantage of having them in the envelope is that they have some stability from the outside as opposed to just sheets of bubble wrap, okay? So again, as an insole, this could be a really interesting material because you could utilize this as what's facing you. And let me just say that what's interesting about that is an insole with some kind of pattern or decoration on it is something that is very saleable. So that you could think of it that way. Or you could use it with the bubble wrap side up and perhaps also think about what might cover that bubble wrap so that you're not popping it. Now again, I've not tried this. This is one of my dreams, is to have a bubble wrap shoe. And I haven't tested this yet, but I'd love to see if walking on this with this next to my foot would actually, if I'm going to break the bubbles, or if the bubbles are strong enough to support me. So an interesting question, but a good material to try. Now this is a non-woven material that I used to get a lot when I ordered bananas for delivery, and it was what they packed the bananas in. It's a packing material. It's very thin and it rips quite easily. However, it's got a nice feel, and it might make a good layer or a good cover right next to your foot if you are somebody who wants something soft. It also might make a good interior to your upper to be right next to your foot, because it too will soften that and probably make you feel very, very nice next to your foot. Here's like my favorite thing. You have any placemats laying around, okay? I probably got this at the dollar store. I probably got it for a holiday event. I've never used it, but let me just say, my next example for this challenge is going to come with this as my insole. It's great because it has some padding. It also has a kind of covering on the top here that'll work well for an insole. Might even be okay to just be the outsole because this side also has a texture on it. But it's not really strong enough for me to wear outside. So this, though, keep it in mind, because I'm going to show you, is going to be what my next upcycled sandal example will be from. This is a scrubby. It is from, it's something that you scrub a pot with in your kitchen. So this is another item that you might like. I bought these ages ago in a pack of 2. They came with a silver and a gold at CVS, each pack 69 cents. I opened them up because I think, as I recall, I was going to do something with pockets, but I don't remember what. But guess what? As an exterior in gold, with my gold here, and I'm showing you the silver one. Let me see if I can find the gold real quick. I can. Here it is. This is going to be an upper for my sandal. I might even make it a slide so that it can be a holiday kind of hostess sandal for me. So I might actually use it as the pocket where I will slide the whole piece over the front of my insole. So that's where I'm going to go next. So hopefully you guys can stay tuned on my Instagram and you'll see me putting this together. Now, I will be honest with you, because I'm a shoemaker, I obviously have supplies that you will not have. And I do actually have soling. And because, rubber sole, and because I like to really wear what I make and use it, I am going to probably put some real soling on this example because I can. You could too if you really want to take this out and really work with it, because you can get the soling online. It's very easy, or you can get it from Tandy Leather. So you could invest in that, but please not for this project. This project is about what you have around your house. Let me also say, here's another construction material that would make a great upper. This is screening from repairing window or door screens. And you could utilize black electrical tape, which is probably something that you have, to edge your upper. So that is another thing that will work. And if you check out my Instagram, or if you go back through the Proving Ground pop-up Instagram, you'll see what I said about my test with this. I didn't get it right, but I will give you the hint. Whatever you choose for an insole for this, it's got to be something that you can wrap the edges under. So you could line where your toes go with the black electric tape, where it's going to hit your foot with the black electric tape, and then wrap it under your insole, and this will be an excellent material for what you are about to do. Also, think about this because it's netting, so you could actually decorate this very easily and embellish this very easily. So this is a good opportunity to use this as well. And the last thing that I'll tell you is, do you have anything that you want to take apart? I had this metallic handbag that didn't hold up very well. And yes, I could have donated it to somebody else for use as a handbag. But I decided I would take it apart and utilize it for some new shoes. I haven't actually gotten it there yet, but I have done this with a number of handbags. And the beauty of it is that a lot of the pieces are already lined. So it's not very difficult for you to take these things apart, harvest them, and reuse them as uppers, insoles, even like buckles and hardware on this could translate to a shoe. So see, I have 4 buckles here. So that's enough for 2 shoe uppers to have buckles with them, or to have double buckles as straps on a sandal. So these things would be things you could actually reuse very easily, very quickly, and upcycle things that you have that are not still in pristine condition. So again, here are some things that you could think of that you might have around your house. You could also check for things in your garage, construction supplies that you have leftover pieces of, things in your bathroom, things in your kitchen. So again, thinking about things that are scrubbies, things that you don't use anymore, things that might have a different reuse as they are falling apart. And that will be something that will be really good places for you to look. So the third thing we have to talk about is how we put all these things together. So I'm going to do a little bit of a part 3 on that